Welcome to, or welcome back, to Doki Doki Anomaly, an SCP dating simulator. I played the demo not too long ago, and apparently the game was released. I didn't even know about it, man, but it apparently was released, and we got 2 new anime girls to date. I mean, at least try to. Like, we have to remember, though, the developer made it so it respects the universe of SCP, doesn't make it too out of character. Like, it's silly, but it's at least respectful. But anyways, it released 2 new girls. Who knows if they add more afterwards? Do not know. But we got 2 more, and I don't know. I haven't been spoiled on which girls they've made. But the thing is, I completely played and did SCP-173, like all deaths, all endings. I'm not sure if there's anything added to her for 173, but I had to play the game from the start. So I'll see if there's anything new and share it, but if not, I would very much suggest you watch the demo or the original episode. Link in my pinned comment down below, and I'll put it in a card up above for you to watch the original, because it's best you watch that before coming to here, because I'll be skipping everything I've already done before. So let's get into it. Now, there's actually new dialogue here I'm actually missing. SCP-4858 incident last month. No. I'm not sure. They might have added some conversations, but it still seems to start with 173. Alright, let's just start from the beginning. Fuck everything I said. I'm gonna skip a lot of content. Basically, I played and went forward in the game because I was like, oh, well, I already played SCP-173, but there was so much in between, or so much added to 173. If there's 2 new SCP girls, those are completely different, but they seem to like upgrade, add more, do more for 173. So I won't be able to really fully tell what is new and what isn't new 100%. So I might as well just read everything. The first recorded death associated with SCP-8 or Boob occurred on December 18th, 1997. The victim, John Paul Review, 38 Caucasian male, was found pinned under his Dodge truck. Police on scene reported him being smushed to the neck like an empty tube of toothpaste. Exact wording. He was also smiling ear to ear and wearing a pair of novelty spiral-lensed glasses. The SCP Foundation became involved later when the local detective assigned to the case was also found dead, dismembered by his own lawnmower, smiling broadly, and wearing the same glasses. Apparently this anomalous pair of novelty glasses, deemed SCP-8008, allows the wearer to fall in love with literally anything. SCP... and I'm just going to say Boob. Log October 6, 1999. The entire first cohort of researchers assigned to the anomaly has been redacted. The first 3 researchers were killed by an H2 pencil, a diamond necklace, and a pool noodle. The last was found redacted in redacted. All the data after that has been expunged. What am I supposed to do with this? I shut the SCP Boob case files in disgust and tucked the folder under my arm. Who'd I piss off to get assigned to Anomaly with 100% casualty rate? Must be because of SCP-458's incident last month. Stupid infinite pizza box. Damn it. The heavy doors to SCP-173, the sculpture's enclosure, are already open when I arrive. My assistant, Dr. Theron Sherman, smiles briefly at me as I enter the room, then returns to reviewing his notes. He flips his pen in an elaborate loop between his fingers, his nervous fidget. A dozen D-class inmates inside are all staring intently at a vaguely peanut-shaped sculpture standing motionless in the corner of the room. After all, it only takes an instant when nobody has it in their direct line of sight, even a blink at the wrong time, and it will snap all our necks in an instant. Ah, here comes Dr. Fields now, from his experiment with SCP-682. Morning. He seems distracted. Morning, sir. Everything all right? He blinks, seeming to refocus. Yes, everything's fine. I look at the strange pair of glasses Dr. Fields is handing me. This is it. I take SCP-8008, the novelty glasses, from him, noting how light they are. Just a dark plastic frame and spiral pattern lenses. Dr. Fields wipes his hands off on his lab coat as if to get rid of anything the glasses may have left behind. They look funny, but let me tell you, he swallows nervously, they're no joke. Dr. Fields nods and takes his leave. All right. I settle into the flimsy aluminum chair at the table provided Inactivate the microphone. No turning back now. I take a deep breath and put on SCP-8008, the novelty glasses. And then we get the... yeah, 173. The lowly, of course. Hello. I clear my throat, hoping my nerves won't be too noticeable in the video recording. Hello, SCP-173. Whether she's thinking deeply or completely brain-dead, I can't tell. Can you understand me? That was something. I'll be continuing experimentation with you, is that alright? Were you expecting someone else? If she's looking for my predecessor, she's going to be disappointed. They're not coming back. I won't be making the same mistake they did. Definitely brain-dead. Beside me, Dr. Sherman scribbles something in his notes. I stretch in my seat, settling into the rhythm of interrogation. Our goal here is to clarify exactly how SCP-8008 produces its hallucinations and to better understand its psionic properties. We will compare my subjective experiences to the audio-video footage and Dr. Sherman's notes. To begin, I will show you some images. Is that alright, SCP-173? Still no response. Am I doing something wrong? Footage of a previous researcher showed them reacting as if to a conversation by this point. Maybe I might just survive this after all. Okay. I show her the image of a monarch butterfly in summer. What do you see? She seems distressed by the image, but she's so difficult to read. Next, I show her the image of a human face. And this? She's glaring right at me. Sir, what's wrong? I hadn't realized it, but I'd stood up. The small hairs on the back of my neck are standing straight up. Everything inside me is screaming to get away from this creature. Nothing. I'm fine. It takes all my self-control to force myself to sit down. I can do this. Lastly, I show her an image of her actual face. The blank, spray-painted eyes stare up from the paper. Last one, okay? What do you see here? No one. She spoke! Maybe I'm getting through to her after all. SCP-173, would you be able to make some sort of sound to let others know we're communicating? Maybe bang on the table? The twisted body of one of the D-Class personnel is slammed suddenly onto the table, looking up at me with wide eyes. His body is spasming at the sudden disconnection from his brainstem. His head is turned 180 degrees. What just happened? I didn't see. I blinked. The man on the table has stopped twitching, his irises mid-dilated. Around the room, the remaining D-Class have their backs against the walls. One woman is hyperventilating, covering her eyes. I blink too. And me. And me. Not again. Everyone just happened to blink at the same time. I'll remind D-Class personnel that any deviation from eye contact personnel will have severe consequences. We can see that. Beyond the obvious. Right. Almost jumped out of my chair as the timer beeps. That's all for today. The sooner these experiments are over, the better. I'll remove SCP-8008, taking a moment to wipe the sweat from my face. Without the glasses, I can see SCP-173 as it actually is, a monster of concrete and rebar. I'll have to see, I guess, also, if it's just going to be, I have 3 episodes, and I have to try to do everything and be a completionist in this for every SCP, depending on how long. Like, if they're all equally the same duration, then I'd probably have to, or it's best if I dedicate an entire episode to each SCP, which I don't know how long that'll take, so I'll have to do my best. Looming right in front of me, the corpse on the table seems to be staring at, afraid to look away even in death. I must have watched the video footage of today's experiment a dozen times now. No evidence of the young woman I'd seen. I scrubbed through it again, looking for any sign of mental deterioration. Would I even know if I was seeing it? Perhaps tomorrow I'll ask Dr. Sherman to share his notes with me. So with this, I'll be doing my best, though, of doing it so it's like, I beat the games with minimal brainwashing, which is like, the more you click on SCP-173, or the lowly's face, when it happens, the more you get brainwashed. So I want to do the hardest thing first, and then easiest last. That's usually how I play games. So you get through. I gotta get 35,000 points without the red stuff. And here's the red stuff. I don't think it works in this game, so it's like I can click it. I don't seem to get the heart filled up. Unless it's a bug, but we'll see. I just gotta get 35,000 points or I die. Alright, so I got over 35,000. And they said, great job! Ignore everything red. Let's see if I can get 40,000. I don't know, man. Yeah, easy. Until the brainwashing happens. I wake with a start. What? With a start? A startle? What was the dream? Something about legs and... What the hell? Thank you. For... What? She's gone. I reach up to touch my face, terrified that I might find SCP-8008 there. It's just me. So what did I just see? I dress and head down to the cafeteria to get some water. A clock on the wall reads just past 2 a.m. It's so quiet. I find my way to the cafeteria without incident. It's empty, but for Dr. Singer, the third researcher in our cohort, sitting at one of the benches. She's staring into a hot mug of coffee, hunched over with her elbows resting on her heels, or on her knees. Dr. Singer. She jumps at my voice, spilling coffee on her hands and dropping the mug with a shout. It shatters on the ground. Sorry, I didn't mean to. No, it's fine. It was an accident. She means it, but I still feel bad. Neither of us say anything as we clean up the mess. Eventually, I break the silence. How'd it go with SCP-096 today? Dr. Singer makes a face as she rinses her hands under the cold water. That bad, huh? No, she didn't even talk to me. It's just... she. Dr. Singer pauses for a moment, then blinks. It. Thank you. She turns off the faucet and dries her hands. You were assistant to the previous lead researcher, right? I can't help but ask. All the data about them was expunged. I was hoping you might be able to... I let my question trail off as I see the paleness of Dr. Singer's face. So these people are doing the other SCPs, but then I guess something happens to them, we'll do them later. I don't want to talk about it. Her eyes are cold. But it might be able to help us. It might... I said I don't want to talk about it. Suddenly, the room rocks at the sound of a distant explosion. An instant later, the containment breach alarm blares to life. What the... Dr. Singer and I look at each other in horror as we both come to the same realization. Dr. Fields. Okay, let's save here. The alarms are deafening. I've only heard them once before, at the site I'd been transferred from. 14 people had died that night. The hallway rocks violently. Fine dust pours from the concrete ceiling, catching in my throat as we run. I cough hoarsely, my lungs already burning from the unfamiliar exercise. My worst fears are confirmed as we round the final corner. All I can see is a cloud of billowing dust and stone debris. Huge shards of rock have gouged the walls on the far end of the corridor, exploding from the wall that had been SCP-682's temporary containment chamber. I jump as a hand grabs my trouser leg. To my horror, I recognize Dr. Veda, the fourth and final researcher in our cohort. His lips and chin are crimson with blood. His torso has been pulped by metal shrapnel. Oh shit. I barely have time to process this before a shape looms out of the new hole in the wall. It's big. Ahead of us, Dr. Fields is standing with his arms raised towards it. I can't see his face, but I know he's wearing SCP-8008. The massive Keter-class anomaly crawls over the pile of debris. Yellow acid smoke pours off its body. It spots Dr. Singer and I. My body freezes, pinned by those hateful yellow eyes. My beloved, my queen. He looks so small next to her. I did as you asked, now we can be together. Disgusting. It snaps Dr. Fields up in its crocodilian jaw faster than I can believe. Dr. Fields screams as SCP-682 shakes him back and forth like a doll. I can hear his body breaking. SCP-8008 flies off and lands near my feet. Do we get to see what he looks like? A wave of desire put them on washes over me. Wait, are we like just done 173? Is that it? I'm kind of confused now. Are we just going back and forth between different girls? I was going to think the pattern was like it's already completely different from how the demo was, the original game. I'm not sure if I'd call it a demo, just its original form or prototype was just like pure 173, nothing else. I'm kind of curious then how this is created and how it'll spin every single SCP then, or at least the 3. Melting through the absolute terror and leaving only calm. Oh shit. Well, okay, we definitely have to save here. I guess it'd be right here would be a perfect time, yeah. It'd be the playthrough basically... Actually, don't. We have to put on the glasses. But the thing is, during the puzzles, we have to resist 100%. Jesus. Not that attractive. She's big. The music She holds Dr. Fields by the torso in one of her hands. His screams become gurgles as my mind circles to understand what it's seeing. Dr. Fields' body seems to be dissolved in ragged chunks as if something unseen is tearing him apart. Then it occurs to me she is. Then he's gone. Interesting. Gunfire erupts from behind SCP-682. Jesus. She's wearing pants? I hit the floor just as bullets whip through the air around me, sending up sprays of sharp stone where they hit the tiles. I cover my head. Even above the sirens and the gunfire, I can hear SCP-682 shriek as it enters a rage state. The floor rocks under it as another section of the building collapses. Then suddenly, the shower of debris and bullets stops. Even sound seems muted. I decide to risk it. Carefully, I open one dust-covered eye to see a pair of bare gray feet. Oh god, another one? A pair of gray feet standing just inches from my face. After a moment of confusion, it dawns on me. SCP-096 had moved into the adjoining cell block for testing. I cover my eyes an instant, praying I haven't seen its face somehow. To see SCP-096's face is certain to— oh god. So they have the crocodilian— the one that, like, that's a huge sentient creature that is, like, I don't know, some form of SCP antagonist. I'm not sure how I'd put it, but he's one of the popular ones. And 096 then is the screeching one where, yeah, if you look at his face, like in Containment Breach of the game, they chase you to death. Then, you know, Maul will claw you to death. You. Its voice rings through the high-ceilinged chamber, followed by a howl from SCP-096 as it too enters a rage state upon being glimpsed. I blindly begin to crawl away from the sounds of fighting as the two anomalies clash. I hope desperately I'm going in the opposite direction. A huge chunk of concrete strikes me in the back, crushing the air from my lungs in a whoosh. I can't breathe. I can't breathe! My vision goes soft around the edges as the life is slowly crushed out of me. Is this it? Something is pulling on my legs, something impossibly strong. I feel hands around my ankles. I gasp as the pressure on my chest is released and light returns to the world. Oh my god, SCP-173! You're okay. I've got you. My hero. I won't ever let the others have you. Oh my. She's gone. Alright. I hear voices. I hear Dr. Sherman shouting. Why is he shouting? Doctor, can you hear me? I try to respond, but it turns into a hacking cough. My throat is full of dust. You're alright. It helps me to sit up and wait while I cough a while longer. Miraculously, I seem to be unharmed. Let's get you to the medical ward. He supports me as I stand. Glancing backwards as we turn to leave, I see the slab of concrete that almost killed me, and the trail through the dust from where SCP-173 had dragged me to safety. Why? I'm hooked up to several machines in a private room. My heartbeat sounds quick and irregular on the monitor. Isn't this a bit excessive? Dr. Sherman looks up at me from his chair in the corner. His lips twist into a wry grin. You know, for someone so smart, you're a real idiot. Heh, fair. I lean back in my nest of pillows. Is Dr. Singer all right? Yeah, she's fine. She had the sense to run when she saw what happened to Dr. Fields. I nod awkwardly. He stands and hands me a glass of water from the bedside table. I drain the glass, not realizing how thirsty I'd been. In the breach? Dr. Sherman sighs at that, then shoves his hand in his pockets. Word around site is they were able to recontain both 682 and 096. But 173 is missing. Oh. Should I tell him the SCP-173 saved my life? Its containment little typo. The chamber was found open. We need to find 173. I think I might be in danger. That's as much as I'm willing to say. Dr. Sherman's eyes narrow. The task force personnel are already down in the tunnel searching for it. They won't find her. They won't find it. Right, sorry. Why not? How do I explain it to him? We need to ask someone who was there. Everyone who saw what happened was torn apart, other than you. Not everyone. Absolutely not. No, absolutely not? Theron, I don't have a lot of time, it's hard to explain. He crosses his arms for a moment, then seems to deflate. Fine. Suppose someone has to keep watch over you. A chill runs down my spine at that. I can't help but wonder if SCP-173 is watching me even now. It's like, just imagine there's like a silhouette of 173 behind the semi-closed door. There's no time to lose. Oh god. Well, this is what if I do nothing? No, you're right. We've been through enough today. Aw, man, there's just so many things I could do then. I could visit the other SCPs. Well, if I wanted to then maybe make this playthrough be loyal to 173 and don't visit the others, it'll make them jealous. So, this is a branching point, I'd imagine, because Steam achievement-wise, there's only 4 achievements. Let me see. There's dying, and then basically the good ending for all the SCPs. Because all the achievements just basically say is get a kiss from them all. We got a kiss in the original demo from 173, but just means I'd have to figure out what I need to do to appease the other 2 as well. But at this point, this seems to be the branching path, I'd argue. We've been through enough today. Dr. Sherman visibly relaxes. I'd hope you'd see reason, sir. Do you want to play cards? It might help. I smile. Sure thing. Dr. Sherman and I stayed up late into the night playing cards. Even after all these years, I still can't read his poker face. He totally cleaned me out. He was right, though. It did take my mind off things. Alright, let's do this again. 50,000, what, without cheating? The hearts don't fill, which is kind of weird, so, like, I can use... Too much? How about this? Because I would still die if I don't get enough points. But it's weird how her face doesn't add, like, a brainwashing thing. The hearts aren't filling up, so I'm kind of confused. Maybe it'll be added later. Like, when things get harder. Alright, got 25,000. Exclamation marks. It's just meat, though. I don't think the meat means anything. I'm kind of confused with how, in the original version, relying on SCP-173's face was brainwashing. So they changed things up, I guess. We'll have to see what happens. Because it's confusing me. I don't know. I wonder if I'd get a special... I mean, I don't think it'd be a special ending based on... Or maybe it's just there. Maybe the brainwashing thing stopped. Not sure. Weird. Where am I? Caves. Huh. The tunnel's beneath the facility. I hear footsteps. And shouting. Is that... I hit the ground. What happened? I've fallen out of bed. The tile floor is cold on my cheek. What was that nightmare? My wrist hurts, probably ripped the IV out. And the heart rate monitor, considering the alarm telling me I've flatlined. The door to my room flies open. Doctor! I look up to see my assistant, silhouetted in the doorway. In the next moment, he's at my side. Oh, thank God. I thought, I'm fine. Just a nightmare. He looks at me strangely, somewhere between concern and relief. Some nightmare. Come on, let me help you out. I sit on the edge of my bed, rubbing my sore wrist. The morning shift nurse arrives a moment later to check my vitals. Dr. Sherman hangs back, fidgeting with his favorite pen. Healthy as a horse? The nurse forces a smile for my benefit, but says nothing. And then Dr. Sherman and I are alone again. It was SCP-173. Dr. Sherman looks up at me. In my nightmare, that is. She's down in the tunnels. I think I even know where. No, you don't. It was just a dream. I'm not sure anymore. I sigh, remembering the peaceful atmosphere of last night. It's not like we've got any other options. Dr. Sherman runs a hand through his hair. I still think using the glasses on SCP-682 or 096 is a bad idea. I agree with him there. There's only one thing to do. Okay. Well, we only have 3 save slots, which is horrible. But maybe there's not as much variable in this version of the game. Normally, if I'm treating this as it is, like a visual novel, I'm so used to having 9 pages of, tons and tons and tons of saves available. So... Yep. I'll assume this is the 173 playthrough then, if we're heading to 173 and not acknowledging the other SCPs at all. So, we prepare for the descent into the tunnels beneath the facility as quickly as possible. Dr. Singer, Sherman, and I are kitted? Kitted. Knitted? Fitted? I'm gonna assume the word is meant to be fitted. Fitted with industrial strength flashlights and rations, just in case. We're also outfitted with head-mounted radios, which should work even deep underground. I feel like a D-class. I grin, but Dr. Singer is stone-faced. The 6 task force personnel assigned to us don't seem to find it any funnier. I really wish I had a way to track 173, other than acting as live bait. We need to stick together down there. Personnel have gotten lost in these tunnels. Why exactly did we build the site on top of a cave system again? That's actually a fair question. Someone above our pay grade probably knows. Great. One more thing to worry about down there. Horrors in the dark, check. He's fiddling with SCP-8008, which is tucked into his breast pocket. We head down the last flight of stairs into the tunnels. Down here, the metal floors give way to rough stone. It's humid down here and cold. Every time I exhale, a little cloud of water vapor is illuminated by my flashlight. We travel for some time through the seemingly endless tunnels, always heading down. We pass through several task force waypoint camps, which have been set up to coordinate the search. The men watch us with dull eyes. There are no injured among them, but what they're tracking doesn't leave injured. Down? All the way down. It must have been at least an hour. My shoulders are aching from the tension. We come to a passage with nearly a dozen offshoot tunnels. I have no idea which way we should go. We all stop in our tracks, suddenly on high alert. The task force personnel scan the darkness with their gun-mounted flashlights. The slim beams of lights are insignificant to the oppressive blackness. What is it? Where's Sherman? We all look at each other. Dr. Sherman isn't here. We need to backtrack. We have to. Nobody move. She says it so calmly that everyone freezes instantly. Her eyes are so wide as she looks among task force personnel. They look equally terrified. I thought we only had 6 task force members with us. In the space of an instant, the man standing next to me is turned into a red slurry. It sprays the side of my face. Run! Singer and I book for an random exit. I'm not even sure where we're going. Down. We're still going. Dr. Singer goes down behind me. Something has her leg. I can't see. And then she's gone. For a long moment, everything is perfectly silent. Only my own ragged breathing echoing back to me. Then I hear a quiet scraping noise. I run as fast as I can. My lungs are burning. My legs are screaming. A sudden drop in the path sends me sprawling, right for one of the dagger-sharp stalagmites. My wrist! A wave of nausea rolls through me as I curl on the ground, protecting my arm. I can't. I look up. This is the cavern from my dream. And there at the far end is SCP-173. I almost don't even recognize it. And there in front of it is Dr. Sherman. Theron! He turns to look and... What? Where am I? This place seems familiar. Where's Dr. Sherman? Where's 173? Where's... Yeah. So is this gonna be brainwashed now? No? Still not. Stop. Oh. Forget about the... No. I need... I've been watching you. No. Nah. Okay, this is gonna be a pain. Your friend is talking to me. Out there in reality. Whatever that even is. Nope. He's trying to convince me to spare you. How sweet. How stupid. You've resisted me so far. It's time to make this interesting. Oh, jeez. We're about to start a contest. What? I don't know. If you move... I'll kill him. What? What kind of move are we talking about? Wait. Huh. Weird. I guess we have to see how this ends. Weird. The final 2 researchers were never recovered from the tunnels. Dr. Sherman was found wandering in the dark sometime later, wearing 8008. He's physically unharmed, and 173 has been recontained. The next cohort of the researchers will be brought in shortly to continue to work on it. The rest of the data is expunged. Oh. I died by... Huh. That was a good thing I saved recently. Huh. It's definitely playing out very differently from the original game. I guess it's like more linear, maybe? But there's only one correct pathway for a kiss, though. Am I having a bug here where it's like I'm trying to load and it's like... It's not going anywhere, but I'm getting music as if the arcade is happening? Or the puzzle? I'm confused, or it's just loading takes forever. I've been sitting here for like literally 2 minutes. Weird. Yeah, I don't think it's actually loading properly. I guess I'll quit and hope I can actually reload my save point. It would really suck if it's like loading just doesn't work. Alright, I'm gonna have to leave it here. I literally, the saves are all broken. I literally can't use any of the saves. It might be why I was looking around and saw Manly played it all in like one video, one sitting. Maybe for the same reason, because he'd be playing what I'm playing, and the loads are broken, so it's just like, you can't. You'd have to start a new game, skip everything. I'm just gonna leave it here, though. I'll finish off, I guess. Like, I wanted to do everything in 173. You know what, let's see how much I can actually skip by hitting spacebar if I hit new game, but the saves are broken. I really would rather get fixed, because I don't want to have to start a new game every single time when I have loads. So it's gonna suck, because I have to do this and then get back and choose the same choices, and it's kind of a waste of time. But I'll finish off 173. But it's gonna suck, because then when I want to do the other SCPs, I have to do this and pick the same thing. It's gonna be a pain, but I'll skip ahead and just deal with it. Alright, so I'm gonna have to try this then without moving and actually listening to the SCP-173. And hopefully not die, because I need to win, obviously. I won't be able to get 50,000 points, clearly. Wait, a staring contest. Alright, we're gonna have to... Alright, well, I'm not allowed... I'm gonna blink, though. I'm not gonna play... Her hair's clipping through the screen. Still, maybe a little too close. I hope this doesn't get me killed, man. Okay. Hopefully this is at least the end of the route for 173, because I've been playing for too long now. From trying to load saves, find out if I can fix it. I'm just gonna, like, beat this, hopefully get a kiss, and get the 173 ending. And then... wait until the developer fixes it. I'm sure they're aware of it. I'm sure maybe like Manly Badasses let him know about it, because I'm sure he's definitely dealt with it. And when I'll wait for an update, then continue. I can't move. You really do care about me, don't you? I knew it all along. I can't. Suddenly I feel her lips against mine. Smooch the nut. I got the achievement, smooch the nut. I feel... SCP-173 has been contained. Dr. Singer was never recovered from the tunnels. Wow. Dr. Sherman was found wandering in the dark sometime later. He seems to have no memory of what transpired and is being interrogated. The final researcher is to be considered MIA. SCP-8008 log date. The final researcher has been found, alive, and wearing SCP-8008. However, they appear to be in some sort of catatonic state. Any attempts to remove the novelty glasses result in immediate cardiac arrest. Testing must continue. If they do not recover within 2 weeks, a new research cohort will be brought in. The rest of the data has been expunged. I mean, it got the kiss, so I'm gonna imagine that's a good ending. Because we survived. Like, there's no good ending, there's no surviving, per se. Let's hit, okay, if I hit give up, it ends. Because we're gonna go for all the achievements, obviously, but my save won't load. And we'll just do it in the next episode. I might be able to do both of them, but I'm hoping that the saves will be fixed by then. But either way, I hope you enjoyed. We kissed the nut. Or smooched the nut. As questionable as that might sound. Either way, I hope you enjoyed and look forward to more as soon as it gets fixed. What's it called? SCP Doki Doki Anomaly. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, comment, hit that subscribe button, become a subscriber, hit the notification down below for updates on my videos. Thank you for watching. Until the next time.